Welcome to Mama of the Wild Crew podcast, the podcast where we embrace the messy, wild, beautiful journey of motherhood together. I'm your host, Alexa Schmoker, mama of two beautiful kiddos, wife, nurse, and lover of Jesus. Motherhood is full of hard moments, unexpected chaos, and those days where you just really don't have it all together. But in the midst of it all, there is so much joy. On this podcast, we're diving into the real, honest conversations about motherhood, the challenges, the triumphs, and everything in between. We'll hear the stories of incredible moms from all walks of life, share wisdom, laughter, and let's be real, probably a few tears. And we're going to discover how to embrace the joy in this chaos. So whether you're rocking a baby to sleep, folding that never-ending pile of laundry, or sneaking away for a quiet moment with your coffee, welcome, Mama. You're not alone here. Hit subscribe and join me on this wild adventure of motherhood. I can't wait to do this journey with you. Hey mamas, and welcome back to Mama of the Wild Crew podcast, the space where we hold honest conversations about motherhood, identity, faith, and the beautiful mess in between. Today I have the absolute joy of sitting down with Kendall Wellner, a wife, a mama, a project manager, and a woman with a heart full of strength and softness. From walking through fertility treatments and loss to navigating the wild, beautiful ride of postpartum and early motherhood, Kendall's story is one of grit, grace, and so much growth. Whether you're in the thick of it of motherhood or just needing a reminder that you're not alone, this conversation will speak to your soul. So without further ado, welcome my girl, Kendall.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm so honored actually to be on this because I love listening to your podcast, but I love moms have a space. Have a space. So that's what I'm so excited to be here. Anyway, I'm Kendall. I'm 34 years old. I am married to my husband, Shelby. He is the love of my life. We've been together 8 years, and we have a 1.5-year-old now named Ellie. I can't even believe that she's 1.5.
It goes so fast.
The first year it doesn't, but yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Absolutely. We're going to circle back to that because I know you've said you've got some postpartum stuff, and girl, I've got some postpartum stuff too. Yeah. I felt it real hard with girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was something. So tell us about Ellie. What is she like?
She has got the sweetest personality. I don't know if that's a normal thing for babies and toddlers, but she's always just been a very sweet girl, but she knows what she wants. She definitely tells you no. She knows what she wants, and she's not going to stop until she gets it. So I don't know where she got that. People would probably say me.
She's a strong-willed blessing.
Yes, strong-willed blessing, yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, and then I saw you post one time this super cute video of you and Ellie and Shelby, and you said, I think the caption was something about Shelby, what if we never went on that first date?
Isn't that if you think about it,
Is that
wild?
Not crazy?
Oh, it's so wild.
Tell me about your first date. How did you guys meet? And
okay. So we met at church. So we both go to Life Church in South Tulsa, and we both were serving Switch, which is their youth ministry.
Okay.
And I had the worst middle school girls group, and he had the worst middle school boy group, as in kids just acting out because they're in middle school.
Yes.
So we met that way, but we also worked at Hillcrest together. Different floors, but our paths just kind of crossed. I was super into him, and he was not into me at all. Not into me at all. And I was like, well, that's fine. I'm just really looking for friendship. And he still was not having it.
Oh.
And I just kind of gave up. And then months went by, and I went to church one night, and I really didn't want to go that night. I didn't feel good, but I went anyway. And he came up and started talking to me, and I was thinking, not this guy, because it was pulling teeth to talk to him the first time. And after that, we just been inseparable ever since. We exchanged numbers, and we haven't stopped talking since. What? And that was 8 years ago.
Have you ever asked him why all of a sudden that night were you into me?
Oh, I ask him that all the time, and just see if his answer changes.
And so what does he say?
He was in a pretty bad. He had been in a bad relationship. I had been in a bad relationship. So he kind of like wasn't in a place.
Yeah.
And then he kind of felt bad because I would talk to him and he would like give me one-worded answers. Mm-hmm. So then he told me that night, he was like, okay, if I see her at church, I'm going to go talk to her. She's nice. Like, just give her a chance. And then
the Lord drew you both to church that night.
Yeah, I remember looking at him from across the way, and I was like, I want to have his babies.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, and now I have one of his babies.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, because you guys' pictures are so cute, and I feel like you're
thank you.
Just like complimentary of him all the time, like on your social media. You know, like sometimes in marriage, you can get like, you're just trying to get through the day sometimes. But I feel like you always post like, oh, Shelby did this, or he's so cute, or, you know, obsessed with him. So
I try, and then outside of that, I'm like, you're getting on my nerves.
Well, it's cute. I like it. Okay. So we're going to dive into our mom fail question. So I know you're a fan of the Mama of the Wild Crew podcast. So you know that all the moms answer this mom fail question. So just to like lighten the mood, I guess kick it off, I had a big mom fail this week. So we just went through the tornadoes, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So we have had how many tornadoes? Like I've grown up here. I've been in tornadoes. I know what I'm supposed to do. Like you're supposed to have a plan in place. Like my shoes were not out. Nothing was prepared. I didn't have my bra on like you're supposed to.
Nobody in Oklahoma did.
No one did.
No.
So all of a sudden I'm like up in the morning. I actually like woke up. Jordan normally takes the kids in the morning on Monday mornings. It was Monday, right? Monday morning?
I think so.
Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
Okay, so yesterday?
He takes them. It was only yesterday. He takes them Monday and Wednesdays. So he didn't take them because it was my mother-in-law's birthday. And they were both asleep whenever he got up to go. And I was like, you know what? Let's let her sleep in. Like, I'll take them. Just being so kind, you know? And so he leaves the house. And I'm like, okay, the kids are still asleep. Like, I can dive into my Bible, like, have some time. I was making my coffee, like, just do. And all of a sudden, my phone is blowing up. And it's my mom. And I'm like, what's going on? And so I answer it. And she's like, you need to take shelter now. Like, right now. And I was
Were the tornado sirens going off?
And then they started going off. They started going off, like, I guess late. I don't know what happened, but there was, like, not a warning. So all of a sudden, the sirens are going off. It is, like, I can hear it outside, like crazy. So Crew is on the couch, and Wilder is in my bed. So I, like, get Wilder, get him in his car seat. I have not cleared out the closet. So I, like, have to clear out the closet, get him in the closet. I go to pick up Crew. She is butt naked. She is asleep naked. So I like get her up. She's like, what are we doing? So here I am in the closet, like Wilder's half in his car seat. I finally have my glasses on. I'm in my pajamas. Crew is naked. And then Wilder has a blowout in the closet. Mm-hmm. And as quickly as we like got in the closet, it was over. So it like started and ended so quick. And it was like a legit tornado, though. Like, people's houses were absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, crazy. In a matter of seconds.
And so I'm like, thank you, Lord, for, like, protecting us. Because we were not ready. Like, we were not prepared. And we were not. My plan was not in place, and I'm going to work on that, guys. I'm going to get an emergency response plan in place. We don't have a storm shelter, and we're moving. So we're, like, in this weird, like, do we get a storm shelter? Do we... Not, you know, I don't know. So TBD on that. But as far as emergency response, I need to get it together because my kids were poopy and naked. And no one had shoes on. And so
you didn't have your bra on?
I didn't have my bra on. I just had my glasses on, which are so old. And my sister-in-law is my optometrist. So Megan, I am so sorry that I'm saying this. I have not updated my glasses in I don't know how long. And they are so scratchy. And I can hardly see out of them because I always just order contacts. Whenever, like, I go to order, I order contacts. So they're literally ridiculous. They're taped. They have tape on them.
I just need to say also for the listeners who aren't from Oklahoma, the running joke is that when there are storms and tornadoes that we're on our porch without our bras watching it come in. So that's just a running joke.
Some people are probably like, what is she talking about? Like tornadoes are real here. And they happen
very real.
Quite frequently.
We're in tornado season, I think.
We are in tornado season. Yeah. So anyway, that was my mom fail. Poopy kid, no bra, naked kid, late to the closet, in a legitimate tornado.
Yeah.
Anyway, what'd you do this week?
Well, my mom failed this week. I gotta talk about my mom fail just of all time.
Okay, hit me
because I feel like I didn't hear enough moms talk about this, but I did the classic, my child fell off the bed. Yes, me and my husband were both getting ready one morning before daycare, and she's sitting on the bed, and I thought she was like propped up. She'd be good, and I went into our bathroom, and all of a sudden we hear this like, we both looked at each other, and I ran out, and she was not on the bed, and she was on the floor, and we just, he was like, I thought you were watching her, and I was like, I didn't know she could do that. And I didn't
You're
know
like, wow, a milestone.
A milestone with
Look at her.
and she just looked terrified, but I had so much guilt, and then I was talking to like one of my bosses, and she's like, oh, my child rolled off the changing table. So she was like, all the moms, we all do it. And I was like,
I think it happens more than you think. Yeah. Knock on wood, because I still have a baby. I have not had that happen yet, but sorry, Addie, my sister did. And breaks his spine. He is a champion warrior, but he did have a fall too. And I mean, I remember her calling and being like, I am the worst mom ever. I'm like, you are not the worst mom ever. Like, it just happens. It happens so quick. They move so fast all of a sudden. I don't know.
I didn't know she would like want to venture off to the side and
Yeah, so fast. Well, don't beat yourself up. And we can laugh about it now.
Laugh about it now, but in the moment I was like, and I'm dropping her off at school, and I'm like, she fell off the bed, so if she, just starts drooling and acting real weird, just call me. Because that's why.
Call the ambulance first, and then give me a call. Yeah, it's scary, because then you're like, do you let them go back to sleep? Do you not? Crew fell out of the front of her wagon on a walk. It was right before her first birthday. Like, we were on a walk, and she went head first over the front of the wagon, because she was standing up, and she, like, hit a thing, and had, like, these huge scrapes down her face for her first birthday party. And then, of course, at the birthday party, everyone asks about it. What happened to your face? What happened to your face? And then I had to be like, she fell out of her wagon. They're like, how did that happen? I'm like, well, she was standing up, and we hit a bump, and she fell out of her wagon. And they're like, oh, poor girl. I'm like, yeah, please stop asking me.
Yeah. Like, I did what I could.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, she's fine. And then we'll have those memories forever documented. And,
for sure.
The first birthday.
You'll never forget her first birthday.
No.
Yeah. No, Ellie, I think, was sick on her first birthday. Aww. But her first, like, Christmas, like, where she was not like a newborn baby, we woke up with hand, foot, mouth.
No. I think I remember you posting about that.
Yeah.
Not fun.
So that is a Christmas I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Because then we were like, well, we can't go to any like family events.
Yeah. Just cut everything off. That's what's so hard about kids and like planning literally anything. It's like, I have the best intentions to be here in a week, next month, 3 months from now, whatever it may be. But to be honest, it really depends on who is sick.
Really
at the
depends.
Time.
And attitudes.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. And my kid, so Crew was like notoriously a bad sleeper. So sometimes people are going to think I'm crazy saying this, but sometimes she would stay up like all night long and into the next day. And so she would, be going on 24, 26 hours of being awake.
Wow.
And so if she would crash, like if your birthday party is at 10 o'clock, my best friend's daughter's first birthday party, we were like in the car on the way over. Crew had been on one of her like up all night benders, and she fell asleep like on the way there. And we parked in front of her house for Heidi's birthday party, and we all three just slept in the car and like didn't go into the birthday party. And I texted her because she knows like Cruz. I was like, I'm so sorry.
We technically were here.
We were here, but Crew has been up for a very long time.
Oh, bless her heart.
So we are all going to be sleeping in your front yard. But enjoy the party. It's so hard to plan.
So hard.
Okay, so you said that you and Shelby technically met at church. We didn't meet at church? Okay. Mm-hmm. So I want to know about your faith journey. Take us through your faith journey a bit. You mentioned growing up in church, you weren't always, like, as connected as you were later in life. I can relate to that. Like, I feel like I've gone through seasons of my life, especially younger, when I was, like, absolutely on fire about God. But then I've also gone through seasons where I believed in God, and I don't want to take any of that away. Like, I've always believed in God, but it's just, whenever whenever he's not the priority in your life. So I just want to dive in a little bit about that, and I'd love to hear more about what shifted for you and what brought your faith to your life, how it's grown since then, and how your relationship with God continues to shape who you are today.
So I always tell, my husband grew up in the church. His parents were very involved. They know a lot about the Bible, more than I know. Mm-hmm. He grew up that way. I grew up just going to church. What I always tell Shelby is he grew up in the church. I grew up at the church. So, like, I would go, my parents would take me. We'd do the whole thing. But, like, I was bored.
Right.
There's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
I was really bored. And then when I got to an age of high school and I had a job, like, then I didn't really go as much. And then I didn't really go into, like, my 20s. Mm-hmm. And then I had a boyfriend, and he went to Life Church, South Tulsa, and he was like, do you want to go to church with me and my family? And I was like, wearing holy jeans, and I was like, I'm going to have to go home and change. And he was like, no, you can go just like that. And I was like, oh, okay. And I went, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it ever since. And then that's where I met Shelby. And then my faith has grown tremendously through there. I got rebaptized there. Awesome. We dedicated Ellie there. And I feel like my faith has grown more since becoming a mother in the past year and a half.
Yes.
Because I felt like, people say when you have a kid, you know how your parents feel about you. Mm-hmm. I feel like I knew just a tiny fraction of the love that the Lord has for us when I looked at her.
Oh,
and, like, would sing the worship songs, and I was like, gosh, he loves me and her like I can't even imagine. Mm-hmm. Like, it's wild.
It is so wild. I absolutely agree. Like, you just have this unconditional love for your child. Mm-hmm. And it's like, just to even think that we still don't even have the concept of him loving us.
We don't even more than surface.
That. And, like, whenever, people will say, like, God loves your child more than you do. And it's like, how do you even understand that? Because that is a lot of love.
It's a lot of love.
That's a lot of love. And it's like, as a mom, you're like, I truly believe that God loves my child more than I do. And to me, that is crazy.
Oh.
Like, that's a crazy amount.
I think that's what hit me the most. Because I was listening to a worship song, and I was holding her, trying to get her to sleep. Mm-hmm. And it said something along the lines of, like, the love that he has for us. And I was like,
it just hit you.
Yeah, I just started, like, crying, because I was like, I love the Lord loves me, but I love her more than I've loved anything else in my life. And I can't even, like, we're not scratching the surface. Yeah. It's not even a fraction.
We're already crying. It's how far in.
But it's true.
Yeah. No, I get it. And then finally coming to that realization that you're responsible for this life and everything that goes into their lives and the way that they're raised. And you can always be the one to make that decision. Like how you said, Shelby was raised in the church and you were raised at the church. Like, any day you can make the decision to raise your kids in the church. And just being able to, like, have that control over that and have, like, shape their upbringing. And I always hear people say, like, their childhood is your motherhood. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So just being, like, you can make their childhood just as beautiful as that.
I want to be open with her in the sense of, if Life Church didn't feel like home to Ellie as she gets older, I want her to feel like she can go anywhere else.
Yeah.
I think I didn't have that. Mm-hmm. So I grew up Catholic first.
Yeah.
And then my parents went to Asbury. And I just didn't think Asbury was home to me, because once I felt like Life Church was home to me, it was a switch.
Yeah.
There was a difference. And that's what I want her to have ultimately. So if she ever comes and is like, I just don't really like Life Church. Okay, great. Where do you want to go?
Right. Where's the Lord speaking to you at? Because he's everywhere. So
yeah. And I want it to be her decision, because too, so many people, I was pressured to go.
Yeah.
And nothing against my parents. They did the best they could. I'm glad that they did it, because now
you have that foundation.
And I know the difference. And I believed growing up, but I just never felt like
you were
home.
All the way convicted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was raised Catholic too. So,
really?
Yeah. I can understand that as well. Like, we had that foundation laid. And I was just talking to the worship leader at our church yesterday, because I started going to our church, First Church, with my friends in middle school. Mm-hmm. And I was telling him, he was talking about how he has a podcast too with talking about worship, and how he's just kind of like right on the cusp of the generation where the church started to change. Kind of how you're saying, like, oh, I'm wearing holy jeans, I can't go to church like that. You know, like just the whole different mindset of what is church. Like, church is the people.
Yeah.
So he was talking about his worship, and I was like, I just want to tell you, like, you're the first person I saw worship. Like, that was it for me. Because growing up Catholic, I loved the Catholic Church, but we didn't worship.
No.
Like that.
No.
It's different. Mm-hmm. And I remember going with my friends and seeing him worship and just like feeling the worship. And I was shook. And that did it for me. And I'm like, wherever you get that feeling and that connection to God. And I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying about Ellie, because I get that.
One of the first things I loved about Shelby was at Switch one night, we worshiped with the kids. And just like you said, growing up Catholic, like, you didn't really worship like that. So I never raised my hands. I always just kept my hands in front of me. And Shelby was in front of me and during worship, and he had his hands up and out. And it gave me the strength and, like, the bravery to start doing it. And that's how I knew, okay, he's kind of special. Like, we're not even dating, and I'm already like, oh, you're worshiping? I want to worship too.
Right,
I've never seen really... I've seen it, but, like, he was...
Pulled that out of you.
Yeah, and he wasn't doing it just to do it. Like, he really believed it. So now, like, I'm more free when I worship, and that's where I feel closest to God, is through worship. Mm-hmm. So...
Yeah, I agree. Same. I feel like I always try to have worship music playing, and I mean, it'll change your whole mood and your whole day and your whole perspective. If you're ever having a bad day or a hard day, or you're doing the laundry that you don't want to do, or the dishes that you don't want to do, or your kids are just like acting fools that day, like just put on some worship music, and it just will make it that much better.
What's your favorite worship song right now?
Oh my goodness. Well, right now Crew loves Elevation. Praise the Lord of my soul. I think it's just called Praise, but she calls it Praise the Lord of my soul. So we listen to that. She loves Kane, so we do a lot of Jesus music by Kane, which I love Kane too. And then me, I love Waymaker. Like, I feel like whenever I need to, like, really be moved and spoken to, I put on Waymaker.
I love that one too.
Yeah. What about you?
Good. Right now, so... Graves to Garden is like one of my all-time favorites. But right now, the one that's been moving me, and I think it's because Easter's close, is The Death of Deaths by Life Church, because it talks about, like, rolling the way of the stone, and the tomb was empty, but it has a line in there, and it gets me every time. It was the greatest gift, your life for mine. Yeah. And, like, it gets me every single time, because if you think about it, that's the ultimate gift.
The ultimate gift. It's so crazy. We've been big into Easter, because Easter's coming up. And I heard someone say the other day, like, why don't we amp up for Easter like we amp up for Christmas? Like, Christmas is a month celebration, if not more. It's more for me, because I put up my tree, like, way in advance. But, like, why do we not, like, do the whole ramp up for Easter? And, like, sometimes I feel like people are all of a sudden like, oh, it's Easter. But being raised Catholic, you might feel this way too. And my husband was also raised Catholic, so we always had Lent.
Yeah.
So, like, Easter, the idea of Easter and, like, the thoughts surrounding Easter always started earlier for me and for my husband, too. So I feel like we always kind of started thinking about Easter and sacrifice and all of that a little bit beforehand. But I'm curious if anyone else out there feels like all of a sudden they're like, oh, it's Easter. Or what other people do to celebrate.
Yeah. Do you give up? Do you still give up something for
Yes. So this year I went mind-wise. My husband's so into mindfulness, and it's something I need to be better about. So I decided, like, whenever I have, someone said, Kelsey Helm, she was on one of my earlier podcasts. She said, anytime I'm having a hard day, like, I just speak about the things that I'm grateful for or thankful for. Or if I have, like, a negative thought, I turn it around, like, and I just start naming off things that I'm thankful for. And I've always thought, like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good thing to do. And I know that's a good thing to do, but I've never enacted that. Like, I've never, like, every time I had, like, something come through my head or whatever, I've never, like, literally sat down and started saying, either in my mind or sometimes out loud, like, I'm grateful for my healthy children. I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for this house that we live in. Like, and so I've just started doing that. So for Lent, that's what I've given up negative thoughts, which they still come, obviously, all the time. Yeah, but then correcting. So, yeah.
Have you liked it? Do you feel like there's a difference?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can definitely tell a difference. And I think it just makes me more aware, honestly, of how many times I do kind of have, like, those negative thoughts or just, like, woe is me kind of stuff. Like, we just don't, I don't know. It just kind of makes me shift my mindset into gratitude.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
It's really powerful. So, I haven't given up anything for Lent in I don't know how long.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's my mom. I think it's my mom still, like, always says it. Like, right as Lent starts, she's like, what is everyone giving up? Like, on the group chat, you know, and normally she's always like, I'm giving up bread and wine. This mother, I'm giving up, you know, I've given up. Yeah, I've given up, like, when I was, before I got pregnant with Crew, this is before kids. Obviously, I wouldn't do this now because I'm not a psycho. But before I got pregnant with Crew, I gave up caffeine, like coffee, tea, everything for Lent 1 year. And I was working night shift then at St. Francis, so it was real tough.
How did you survive?
Well, to be honest, after I got through a couple, like the first week or so, I felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a challenge. And then, like, 1 year I gave up cussing.
Oh.
That was also before kids. Now, obviously, you can't cuss because your children repeat.
I know, she's getting to that.
And you just shouldn't.
Yeah, you shouldn't. But she's getting to that age where I'm like, okay, we probably need to, like, come up with some alternatives here.
Yes. Yeah, so, and I had, like, I helped lead a small group of high school girls. So the first day of Lent, we went to Brahms, like, for an outing. And it was one of, like, my first times with them. And I had said, like, so what's everyone giving up for Lent? And everyone was like, what? And I didn't realize that my church, I guess I just never put two and two together. Like, First Church, I guess, doesn't really talk about Lent. So I really need to dive into that. I don't know. I guess it's just a Catholic thing.
I think it is. But I would also like to just give up something just randomly throughout the year, too.
Yeah.
I know I'm not good about it for Easter, but I have a coworker who just got back from a missions trip, and he fasted all day today.
Really?
Yeah.
My husband fasts a lot.
All day. Well, we had an open house today, and we had, like, tacos and stuff, and he couldn't eat, and he was like, no, this is,
But he does it for religious reasons.
To challenge himself through his faith is what he said. He was like, that way, like, when I'm feeling hungry and irritable, like, I go take a walk and talk to God. Like, it'll make me lean into God more. And I was like, not me. I need the tacos.
Not me. God wants me to have these tacos.
God wants me to have these tacos before I go crazy.
My sister-in-law, I know, has fasted in the past, like, to draw her closer to God when she was going through hard times. My husband fasts all the time just because he's a crazy person. Like, we'll fast all day. But
I don't think I could.
It's not for me. I can make it till about lunch.
Yeah. I could do, like, the intermittent fasting.
Yes.
That I can get through.
Yes.
But then at some point, you've got to give me food.
Well, then he's eating, like, all into the night whenever he does fast. But, he'll go all day long.
If I eat into the night, it's, like, 20 pounds later.
No one wants me to fast all day because they don't want to deal with me after. But, yeah, I think, like, for Lent, though, the whole idea, it gets you thinking, like, about the sacrifice, because then you're thinking about, like, well, what am I giving up? What is, like, this is nothing compared to like what Jesus sacrificed.
And what he had to go through.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is so wild.
The story of Easter, like the whole, it gets me.
It does. I've been listening to this podcast, and it's about the characters of Easter, and it's like diving into each character, and it's been so good. It's literally called The Characters of Easter, if anyone's interested.
I'll have to dive into that one.
Yeah. It's been really good. I'll link it in the show notes.
Okay.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then we watched The Chosen in the theaters.
I saw that you went. How was it?
It was so good. It was just the first, I think, 2 episodes. So I need to look up.
So it's a Netflix show.
Yeah, but it does like I think it's in 3 sections in the theaters. So you can go see it. But we got Chewies. I ordered Chewies. And
I saw that. I was like, my girl.
I thought was such a great idea because I always sneak stuff into the theater. I'm bad. Forgive me. But I did not think about the chips. And so here I was at first. I like got my chips out, scooped up that jalapeno ranch salsa dip stuff they have, and started crunching it. And I was like, I cannot eat chips at the movie theater. But
people can hear me.
People can hear me. It was so good. And to start it off too, I also bought the tickets for the wrong day. So we show up late because we're just running late, and I had to get Chewies. Mm-hmm. And then our tickets aren't scanning, and I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, well, do you have the email? I can't find the email. I never clear out my tabs, which drives Jordan nuts. Normally he goes through and clears out all my tabs. Well, praise the Lord, I didn't, because my screen was still up from my confirmation. So I showed them, like, here, look, here's my confirmation. And they're looking into it. They're like, do you have the card you paid for? Anyway, I bought them for the previous day, for Sunday.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And so there were only 2 seats, so I had to buy them quick. So then Jordan's like, I go to the bathroom while he's taking care of it. And he's like, okay, we got seats. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to be on the very front row, or I don't want to like have to not sit by each other. Because when I was looking at it, there were only 2 seats that were together left. And he's like, no, remember you bought them for the wrong day. Like that was Sunday after church. Like everyone was going. Oh, so this was like only a few people in there. So then I was like, well, I don't know, I have to sit by myself. Anyway, we made it in, and it was really good. So I'm so excited for the rest of it to come out because I want to go see it in theaters.
That's so cool. I guess I didn't realize it was the series.
Well, we'll have to go on a double date to see the next one.
Because we have said we want to watch it, and we've gotten a few episodes in. Yeah. And then,
we're the same way. And it's hard to watch. I just, like, don't have time to sit down. And we want to watch it together. Yes. Like, for us to both sit down and watch it together is tough. Because at night, we split kids.
And also, I have other shows I like to watch that, like, help me unwind. Which sounds so selfish when you say it out loud. But
what do you like to watch?
I like all sorts of things, honestly. Like, right now, Grey's Anatomy's back on. I'm a Grey's Anatomy fan. Been watching since I was 16.
Yes, I've watched it so many times.
Stop now.
Yeah.
Can't stop now.
You're invested.
I watched that. I started Nobody Wants Us on Netflix.
So good.
It's so good. I can't believe it took me this long.
I'm
not finished with it, though, of course. But, like, Friends and The Office are my ultimate, like...
Okay, I've never watched either of them. I know.
Friends...
I've never watched Friends all the way through. I've watched, like, intermittent episodes.
Oh, it's my favorite.
I've never seen it.
Oh, and Gilmore Girls, obviously.
Gilmore Girls always. That's my go-to show.
I rewatch it every year.
I've rewatched it twice with both my pregnancies, like when I was pregnant and then on maternity leave, but that's always been my show. And, like, always my comfort show. Like, the other night I thought my husband was an intruder to our house.
I heard that.
I was, like, half asleep. I don't know what was going on, but he put Screw to sleep, and I put Wilder to sleep.
Yeah.
So I must have, like, fallen asleep kind of with Wilder, and he came in to get a toenail clipper to clip Crew's toenails, and he was, like, trying to be quiet so he wouldn't wake Wilder up. And I don't know, for some reason in my half asleep mind, I thought it was some intruder sneaking in. So I started screaming at the top of my lungs, like absolutely losing it, like just losing it. So loud that like my throat hurt later. But he was like, Alexis, it's me. It's Jordan. It's Jordan. And finally I like came to and I was like, oh my gosh. But then I had to put on Gilmore Girls. Yes. And then I couldn't just, like, lay there in the dark.
No, you can't lay there in silence.
Yeah, because Crew was still up, so then he had to, like, still put Crew down. Then I was just scared.
Even though you know it's him, you're like, I know. There's an intruder out there. I just know it.
I'm like, is God trying to prepare me for an intruder? Then I'm like, he does not give me the heart of fear.
That is my deepest fear. It's an intruder.
It was scary. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna go on to the next question. Hey there, Wild Crew Mamas. Some super exciting news. If you're like me these days, any day is a hat day. Literally, probably every day is a hat day. And we have 2 new hats for Mama of the Wild Crew podcast. I am so excited, and huge shout out to my sister-in-law Brie over at Schmoky Designs for taking these ideas and bringing them to life. We have Mama of the Wild Crew podcast hat, and we also have the cutest hat. It says "Motherhood is my ministry," and ain't that the truth, guys? Head on over to our Instagram at Mama of the Wild Crew _podcast. DM me or comment on one of the posts and let us know that you want your hat today. Growing up, our parents had a super special tradition. We kept this big stork in our garage, and whenever someone either in town or one of our friends had a baby, we would all load up and go over to their house and put this stork in their yard to help them celebrate. It was one of my favorite childhood memories, and my sister Addison Sewell has carried on that tradition. She is the proud owner of Owasso Storks, offering personalized stork deliveries to families celebrating the arrival of a new baby. Whether it's a baby announcement, a baby shower, or to celebrate the birth of a little one, Owasso Storks is the perfect, thoughtful, sentimental gift. There are even options to celebrate proud big siblings and even those furry little family members. For a sweet, memorable gift, reach out to Owasso Storks. Check them out on Instagram. That's at Owasso Storks, at OWASSOSTORKS. And you can find their contact info in the show notes. Guys, this is just the sweetest gift. I have personally been blessed by a stork from Owasso Storks before Owasso Storks was a thing, and it was just the sweetest thing. So definitely reach out to Owasso Storks. Okay, so Kendall, you and Shelby have this beautiful, beautiful girl, Miss Ellie, and I just want to say that you have been so open and intentional about sharing your journey with us on social media. I know it hasn't always been easy. You have walked through loss, you have walked through fertility treatments, and just so much waiting and unknown before meeting your sweet rainbow baby. So Kendall, would you mind sharing a little bit about your journey with us? What did it teach you about yourself, about your faith, about motherhood? And when you look back on it all, what are you most proud of?
Ellie was like 4 years in the making. I have endometriosis. I have put myself through medically induced menopause before the age of 30, which was awful. I've had multiple surgeries, and we just weren't getting pregnant. Nobody knows if it's the endometriosis or if there's some deeper meaning going on. So it had been a few years. We had gotten pregnant and we lost it really quickly. And that's what I was used to, either not getting pregnant or if I got pregnant, it was like in a matter of days losing. And so we went to the fertility clinic, and Shelby ended up having something wrong with him as well, which I don't think is talked about, because usually if somebody has infertility, it's usually the assumption that it's the woman. He also had something going on with him. So I'm thankful we went and we did a few treatments, and actually the first one failed. And that felt like another loss to me. It was so hard. And so we made the decision to go straight to IVF because of my age and my eggs. And we were like, let's just jump right in. So I had to make a separate appointment for that. And at the last minute, I was like, why don't we do one more IUI? While we're waiting. And he's like, it's probably not going to work. I said, probably not, but we'll feel better knowing that we did something rather than sit here.
Right.
And that's the one that took.
Really?
At the last second. Yeah.
Wow.
That's the one that ended up sticking. And it was amazing. But I think the thing I'm most proud of is that I never gave up. Because all this has taught me that there's nothing that I can't do.
Right.
While this was all very hard, I also feel like I was meant to go through these things because I started sharing on my social media, and then I got this little fertility community, and we are all so close-knit, and it was so special because I remember on one of my losses, I decided to share because my first one, I went through it completely alone. Like I didn't tell anybody, not my husband, anything.
Really?
Like I think it was just not like shame, but it's a weird feeling of, you're like, how can I be so upset about something that happened so quick?
Yeah.
Like I found out that I was pregnant and losing all within a few days.
Yeah.
So you're just like, how can I be this upset? Like, but I think as women, we're programmed. Like once you find out that you're pregnant, it's
full
instant. Yeah. It's just like the love's already there. Mm-hmm. So I decided to be more open, and the amount of messages and friends that I've made along the way have been life-changing. Like so many people were like, I'm so glad you talked about this because so many people don't. And now I feel like I can talk about it. And I was like, great, that's the whole point. So if me being in pain for years brings joy, or not joy, but, you know, brings lightness and opens up conversations, I feel like Esther in the Bible, that verse that's like, you were born for such a time as this. That's what I felt like throughout that whole season. Yeah. This was my story and this is why.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's powerful too. Goodness. And I feel like our generation is kind of the first to maybe publicly share this and talk about this, because I feel like you never expect it to be you, or maybe the opposite. Like I always feared that I was not going to get pregnant. There was just something in me like, what if I'm that person that just like can't get pregnant, or I lose my baby? And I've kind of I've always been a little prone to fear and anxiety, which I feel like I've gotten so much better with. But with Crew, we just got pregnant so quick. And then I was like, oh, you know, that wasn't me. I don't know. But then with Wilder, it was not that way.
Yeah.
And that opened up like a lot more conversations for me. And then it allowed me to like talk with my mother-in-law, who had then shared that she had gone through losses. And she's like, we just never talked about it.
No, I think it was a generational thing. Like, I don't think women were really, I don't want to say allowed, but they weren't allowed to talk about it. And that's probably why in my mind, when it first happened, I was like, nope. Like I went to work, and I worked at the hospital then, and I was just working, and I worked in labor and delivery, and I just worked right through it. And looking back, I was like, why did I do that all by myself?
Yeah.
Why?
And you're just still processing, and it's so hard. It's so hard, and you just don't know. Like, you almost don't feel, I don't know. Like, for me, whenever I was not getting pregnant, I didn't ever, like, say, like, oh, I'm having fertility issues. Like, that, for some reason, saying that was, like, hard for me to come around to, because, like, I was still thinking, like, oh, I'm not.
Right.
Or I don't deserve to be able to say that. Or I don't, like,
I sometimes feel that way because
like,
I know women out there that have it worse than me. So, like, me saying, oh, I had fertility issues, I'm like, but I didn't have it as bad as other people. And that's how I talked about my miscarriages sometimes. I'd be like, well, you know, I didn't have it as bad as Sally Joe. And one of my friends was like, a loss is a loss, no matter if it's in the beginning or at the very end.
Right.
Like, it's all the same.
It's so hard.
Oh, yeah. Because I had a friend, she went through IVF, and she lost her first, like, at, like, 22 weeks. Oh. And so, you know, her going through that and then me going through what I went through, I was like, oh, I can't even feel as sad as she must feel. Like, I got to get up and go. And she was the one that was like, loss is loss. Baby. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So we're just, I don't think as women we are, like, we just don't like to really talk about ourselves. So I feel like talking about something that you can't physically show someone, I think is hard. Because like we said, we fall in love the moment we see those two pink lines are pregnant, and then it's just poof.
It's so crazy.
Or even if you're not getting pregnant, that's just as hard. It feels like losses. It feels like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Why I'm born to do this.
Right.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
That's just as hard.
Yeah. It's like, what, and I got into a state for a little bit where I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, God, is there something that you need to work in me? Like, am I not being faithful? Am I not, like, I mean, you just get so wrapped into, you can get, not saying that everyone does, and it's great, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
but it's easy to. So just speaking to like those women out there, if you're feeling this way, or you're feeling like your loss isn't a loss, or not a loss as much as someone else's loss, or
you did something wrong for your loss, it's not true.
It's not true. It's not true. And I feel like in that time, I was so blessed, kind of like you were saying too, to have so many women surround me, like in my Bible study group and in my mom collective group, to like just speak that truth into you. And sometimes you just need someone to say like, hey, you need to stop. Like, that is not true. That's not the truth.
And being open on social media, surprisingly, was like therapy. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd get on there and just start talking and just cry. Mm-hmm. And looking back, I'm like, I can't believe I did that. But it was so empowering, and it felt almost like journaling, or that I was talking to all my closest girlfriends. Right. But it brought a very powerful community, and a community that I'm really proud to be a part of. Right. Whether I've had it easier or harder than others, like it's all the same.
What would you say to someone? So I've had a couple times where I have been pregnant, and I've had friends that have lost babies while I'm pregnant. That's hard. It's so hard, because you love that friend and you love that baby. What would you say like is comforting or to do? Like, I just was at a loss of what to do, and I know they know that I loved them through, but it's just, you just don't know what to do.
Oh yeah, especially being pregnant. I was just telling a friend this the other day, because she had someone who just lost their baby. It's really just, for me, it was being thought about. Like, I loved those friends that checked in on me, like, how are you doing? Like, where are you at today? Do you want to talk about it? Which I know, gosh, I've been through it. And sometimes when a friend goes through it, I'm like, do they want to talk about it? Right. Do you want to forget about it? So I just always ask that question, do you want to talk about it? Because sometimes they do. Mm-hmm. And I let them. But I personally think just being there for them and thinking about them, it means more to me than flowers or dropping off a card. I do remember all those things, but it's the people that checked in on me that I was like, okay.
And I feel like that is so fluid and can change too. Like, just because they don't want to talk about it at one moment doesn't mean that they want to later or might want to later.
Right. It's just like with any other death, you're like, do they want to talk about that person? Do they not? Yeah. So that's just always my advice, is people just want to be thought about. Yeah. Remembered. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And your baby remembered too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hard topic. It's a hard topic. Well, with the fertility stuff, you have told me that you want to someday work at a fertility center, which I think is so cool. Yeah. You shared that dream with me, and I want you to tell us a little bit about what that dream means to you on a deeper level, why you feel so called to give back to the women who are walking these incredibly tender and sacred paths that you've been on in the past.
Ultimately, I think the dream not only would be to work in a fertility clinic, but I would love to do acupuncture too, I think, and do acupuncture treatments on women before their IVF transfers and their IUI cycles, or before whatever they're going to get done. I think acupuncture is really, really powerful, but going through the seasons that I went through, I can't find a better calling than to be there for people and couples when they're going through some of the toughest times in their life. And when I worked in labor and delivery, it was always an honor either way that I was with someone on the best day of their life or the worst day of their life. Right. And whether that's hard, like, I want to be a part of the planning, the helping, the processing, and getting them to where they want to be with that family. Right. Because we have such a rise in infertility for our generation. And I would love to dive deeper into why that is. Obviously, it's a bigger population, but sometimes it feels like a puzzle to me that I'm like, what's deeply going on? And that is just the dream, to work at a fertility center. But I told my husband, I was like, I would love to do acupuncture, because I did acupuncture throughout my whole fertility treatment, but I did one right before that second cycle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. On a whim, somebody had an opening on a Friday morning, and I went, and it took like 30, 40 minutes, and
Really? I've never had acupuncture.
Oh, really?
I want to.
Oh, you should. They can do it, like, for anything. But I think for fertility, it's really powerful. Even in men. My husband did it, too.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, I had talked to, so one of my cousins is a midwife, and she lives in Michigan.
Midwives.
Yes. And so I was, texting her back and forth just through our whole, time. Mm-hmm. And that's something that she had recommended, and I never did it. I'm a bad follow-through person sometimes.
No, I don't think a lot of people have done acupuncture. Yeah. I don't think that they have. But I worked at a chiropractic office, and she did it. So that's who I went to, and I loved it. And then she's like, it can help with men, too. It can help with men's, sperm.
Really?
Yeah. So my husband did it a few times.
Well, there you go, guys.
It's so powerful, the little needle. So I've just always found that.
That's cool.
Interesting, yeah. So I'd love to be able to, get into a clinic and...
We'll start doing it. I'll come to you.
Perfect. I'd love it. I'd love it. Yeah. But I think getting to be a part of people's stories, because I'll never forget the women from mine.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You get to see them on such a regular basis because you're going there for lab works, ultrasounds, medications, more checkups. And
they're rooting you on just as much. Mm-hmm. You're just so involved in it.
Yeah. And so you still get to be a part of the best or the worst.
Right.
So I find that an honor, and that's what I would really love to do.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love that dream. Well, I can't wait to see you do it.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Okay. So let's talk about postpartum too. So we've kind of gone over a little bit just that I've had some postpartum anxiety in the past with Group Pearl. Yeah. I say some. It was pretty bad. With Wilder, I guess I still technically am postpartum. Okay, so I looked up before you came over. I was like, okay, I'm going to figure out how long are you technically quote unquote postpartum. So the first site I saw, it said 6 weeks. So I didn't like that answer. So I went to a different page that said some, health experts believe it's up to a year. And I felt that was more appropriate, if not longer than that. So my son is 7 months old. So I feel like I'm still kind of in the postpartum phase, but I will say that just with both of my kids, postpartum has been very different. Both of my kids are very different. I was showing up as a different mom in each season. So I would love for you to share some of your postpartum struggles, what the season looked like for you. Do you have any thoughts or advice for moms who are either trying to get pregnant, wanting to get pregnant, have already gone through postpartum, or maybe just in the thick of postpartum right now?
My pregnancy was a dream pregnancy. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but I never felt better. I really had no pains. It was a dream, and as soon as she came out of me, it rocked my world. Rocked my world. Postpartum is way harder than pregnancy and labor to me. I would much rather do the labor any day, even though I ended up in a C-section, but postpartum was very rough. Mm-hmm. Was it harder for you to go to 0 to 1 or 1 to 2? 0 to 1,
for sure. And I know that's not for everybody, but...
No, that's a common answer that I get.
Like I said, though, my kids are so different. Crew is very strong-willed. She is just so smart and just on it. And like I said, we had a hard time with sleeping. That was our big thing. And Wilder is just, the most kicked-back baby in the world. Nothing phases him. He is just... like my husband through and through, so go with the flow. So I think he has made postpartum different for me.
Yeah, the 0 to 1, I only have one, it changes your entire life. And let me tell you, I thought I would have Ellie and I'd hold her in my arms and I would have all these feelings. I did not. Mm-hmm. I did not have one connection to her. They handed her to me eventually in the PACU, and I just looked at her and I was like, what have I done? I was like, I felt guilty because I was like, I don't feel this overwhelming, my husband felt it. Yeah. But he got to hold her before me. I couldn't hold her for a couple of hours because I had the shakes. Uh-huh. So I was too afraid. And then I did not have a connection with her for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Honestly. So he stayed home the first 2 weeks. I had the C-section. And then when he went to work, I was terrified. I was like, I don't know what to do. I can tell she doesn't like me. Like, she cried a lot more with me. Now I know it's because she could smell my milk. But, like, I did not have those, like, in-love feelings that I thought we were supposed to have. And now being out of it, I've had a lot more moms be like, oh my gosh, same. Like, a good friend of mine was like, it took me months before I really felt a connection.
Like what people are talking about.
Yes. And I think another thing about postpartum is I realized I am a working mom. Mm-hmm. I am not put on this earth to be a stay-at-home mom. Stay-at-home moms have my utmost respect. Mm-hmm. It is not for me. And I think that's another thing that brings guilt. Mm-hmm. Because I think as women, we're supposed to, like, have our babies, be in love, and want to stay home. And I didn't. I was like, I'm ready to go back to work. Like, I'm ready to have adult interaction. Mm-hmm. I had a really tough breastfeeding journey. It was some really dark times. Yeah. And then the 4 to 7 month period where you feel like you should have it all together, and the check-ins kind of slow down, and you just feel like you should really be in this better place. And I wasn't. I was coming home from work, and I was just crying and I was like, why am I crying? Yeah. Like, I love my baby, but I was sitting there just crying, going, oh my God, like, I'm in it for all night. Like, she's going to cry. What if she doesn't sleep? And it was all this anxiety because, babies don't come out with a schedule. Right. And it just, postpartum rocked my world. Mm-hmm. It was a really dark time.
Yeah, that's kind of how I would get too, especially towards the nighttime because, like I said, she did not sleep. So it would, like, as it would start getting closer to night, I would get more and more anxious. Like, with it getting closer and knowing, like, I'm about to be up all night long. And it's not that I was up alone. Like, it took both of us. Like, it was both hands on deck kind of thing. Like, I was not in this alone, but we were just surviving. I don't know that I would even say surviving. Like, we were just
getting by.
Yeah. And it was hard. It was so hard. And I think I went through a time, like, now reflecting back, I didn't in the moment really see myself as having, like, postpartum anxiety or depression. Like, I knew that I'd kind of had some anxiety. But also, I was a first-time mom. Mm-hmm. And I kept putting that off to, I'm just a mom now. Like, are these feelings that I'm feeling, like, I'm afraid she's going to die all the time. Yeah. All the time. Like, I put her in the car, I think she's going to die. I leave her with someone, she's going to grab something and choke on it. I, like, just constant, like, thoughts. And I would have so many people be like, welcome to motherhood. Welcome to motherhood. That is not true. That is not true. Yeah. Like, you should not be just paralyzed with that fear all the time. Like, at some point you have to put your trust in God. That obviously you do your due diligence of not leaving small items around your kid. Right. You put them in the car seat. You drive appropriately, but, like, mine was almost to a crippling fear of, like, just constant, that she was unsafe. Yeah. And that's not normal. That is not normal. And then I also went through kind of a thing of realizing, like, like, I am an adult. Like, I know getting married, you think, like, oh, I'm an adult. I'm married now. I'm doing my adult life. It was having a kid for me. Like, that it was that realization.
I'm responsible for keeping this little thing alive.
Yes. And I was all of a sudden like, I'm no longer a kid. I will never be, like, a kid again. Like, no. I will never be a teenager again. I will never be in college again. I don't know what it was, but I went through, like, this thought of, like, whoa, like, my life is changed. You know your life's going to change.
Well, you lose your identity. Yes. Sort of. And not to downplay it, but it's, we carry them around for 9 months. They're attached. Mm-hmm. They come out. We have this huge hormonal change. Yes. And my God, I was, like, crying at the drop of a hat. Mm-hmm. And my husband was very patient, was like, honey, you think about your hormones. Like, Mm-hmm. And it was just one of the toughest times in my life, but I had no idea who I was. And I was like, is this just my life now? Am I just a mom?
Is this what it is? Yeah.
And I felt guilty for those feelings too, because I was like,
I don't like this.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I went through treatment. Like, I wanted to be a mom. Like, I should be loving every second of it. And I'm here to tell you, anybody that has fertility problems, it is okay not to enjoy postpartum. Mm-hmm. It is okay to have those feelings. Mm-hmm. It is okay to, in the moment, be like, what did I get myself into? Mm-hmm. Because I had those thoughts a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
For me, too, I feel like it wasn't that 6 weeks. Like, it started, like, maybe even, like, started, I feel like, at 3 or 4 months. I think, like, the first 6 weeks, and with crew, it was soccer season, mm-hmm. which other coaches' wives, whatever, might understand, like, that I was a single mom.
Oh, like, I bet.
I had a baby, and then it was soccer season. And so, like, even Jordan would be off of school, but you couldn't be out of school that day. He's a teacher. So he couldn't be out of school and coach at the game that night. Wow. So even though, like, the game was at 8 p.m., like, it would take him off the roster. Wow. So he couldn't technically, like, take paternity leave. And again, like, maybe you're thinking, like, oh, he could have given that up. Guys, maternity leave is nothing. I am a nurse, and I did not get a paid maternity leave.
You didn't get a paid maternity leave?
No. So, he had to work.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, so, yeah, I feel like I made it through that first, what I thought was postpartum, right? Like that first 3 months. And I was like, I'm grand. I love this. Like, and then that's kind of whenever it hit for me, I think.
Her first year was the toughest year of my life. And that's why I said earlier, that first year, I was like, this is never going to end. She's never going to turn 1. She's never going to get older. This is going to drag. Mm-hmm. Because I hated it. Yeah. I loved her and watching her grow, but, like, the feelings that I felt...
You hated how you felt.
Yes. It was like crying at the drop of a hat, getting anxious at nighttime because, okay, are we going to go through a regression? Is she going to sleep? Are we going to be cluster feeding? Are we going to be... It was a lot. Yeah. Even in the beginning, I could only sleep maybe an hour and a half because...
And I was still working. You were too? Yeah. Like, it didn't matter if they slept or not. You still have to go to work in the morning.
Still have Both to go to work. Yeah. And then figure out who's going to watch them. Yeah. Are they eating? Are they...
And I felt guilty leaving her with people because she was difficult.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law watched her, and she did great. You know, she knew. And she's a mom of 4 boys, you know, like, I didn't necessarily feel guilty, like, leaving her with, like, my mother-in-law or my mom. But outside of them, like, I couldn't leave her with a babysitter, really. Like, for an extended amount of time.
Guilt.
Or an overnight or something. So it's, like, all of that went on them because it was so hard, like, to keep her overnight. And then I felt guilty. And, like, I had anxiety attachment issues, too. Like, even though I was going through all of that, like I said, like, I just always had this fear that something was going to be wrong. So, like, so I remember we went to a Lee Bryce concert. We tried to go to 2 concerts during her first year of life. And I bawled my eyes out at both of them. And we had to leave.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And it's like you go through all of that and you're like, I just need some time away. Like, I just need to get out. I need some time away. And then I got away and then I felt so
guilty about it. Oh, so guilty.
So guilty.
I'm like, no, I need to be at home. I don't need to be at this concert. Like, how selfish of me.
Like, who am I to leave my baby? That is so selfish. Like, she is 3 months old and I have left her. Yeah. Like, just feeling so selfish. And you need that. Like, you need that time away with your husband. You need to reconnect with your husband. You need to go out with your girls and, like, have time with your girls. And that's so hard.
Nothing changes your marriage more than a baby. Mm-hmm. And, like, those first few weeks, I was like, man, we are stronger than ever. Like, oh, I just couldn't do this without him. And then as, you know, she gets older, it's tougher to connect. It's, you know, you feel like you're just 2 ships passing in the night. Or you just get into the same routine. And, it's it can be tough on a marriage. And I was just telling a friend of mine, this sounds terrible, but I remember my life before her. Mm-hmm. You know, I think there are a lot of moms out there that was like, I can't remember what I ever did without them. I can. I still can.
Yeah.
And, you know, but yet I want more.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah. I'm like, this is just honest talk. And
yeah.
Just honestly how we felt. And as moms, you know, like, this does not take away from how much we love our children. We love our children more than anything in the entire world.
Yeah.
It would do anything for them. We are just trying to be vulnerable. And I know that if you're listening to this, you understand.
Yes, because I'm saying all this because I wish more people would have talked about this side of postpartum. Mm-hmm. You know, when you tell someone you're going to have a baby, oh, you just wait, like you'll never sleep again. Oh, just wait, like welcome to motherhood. Or, oh, just wait till... Yeah. We don't talk about, like, oh, just wait till, like, you lay your eyes on them on the first time. Or, you know, or just wait till this new version of you that there's going to be. Because it's a completely new version.
Yeah.
But I wish more moms would have talked about, it's okay if you want to be a working mom. It is okay. That doesn't make you any less of a mom. It is okay if you are struggling or hate postpartum. Obviously, talk to your doctor if you are really struggling. And it's okay if, you know, you don't want to breastfeed or if you want to formula feed. Like, everything is okay, and it eventually all works out. But as a first-time mom, the pressure.
Oh.
And then
so
there's
much
so
pressure.
much information out there. You're like, oh, like, should I do a sleep schedule? What sleep schedule should I do? Like, should they be eating how much and breastfeeding formula, like all the things, it all works out. But I think my biggest advice is being open, because I was so open with everyone around me, and just having a support system. If the single moms out there don't have a support system, have somebody you can talk to, because the nights get lonely. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get overstimulated, which I get overstimulated.
Overstimulated is a thing. I had never been overstimulated before I was a mom.
Oh, I get overstimulated, and that makes me feel guilty, too.
Yes.
So I'm like, how come other people can do this and I can't?
Yes.
And that's another thing. But I think social media also highlights, oh, we're at the park, we're just having the best time. Well, really, Karen? Because I've got a screamer.
Right.
And I haven't slept in 3 days. Yeah. And I feel like I'm failing.
Yeah. And then leaving the park. Oh, my. I'm always like, we're not going to do fun things if we can't leave with a happy face. Like, oh, my goodness. We went through a phase where every time we would leave somewhere, like go through a transition, meltdown. Yeah. Absolute meltdown. And that, it got me. It got me so bad. Like, it would make me not want to go out and do things because just absolute meltdown. And then one time we were out just having a meltdown, trying to leave. And another mom was like, it is what it is. Like, you had a good time. Because there I was like, we're not going to come out again if we can't do this. She doesn't. She's 18 months old. She doesn't understand.
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah. And the mom was just kind of like, just enjoy, like, your time out. And then no one's judging you. Like, they all have meltdowns, like, just, you're fine. Yeah. You know? Because then you're like, well, I don't want to be disciplining in public, or I don't, you know, it's just embarrassing whenever your kid's freaking out. But I'm here to say that they all do that.
They all do it.
And it does not make you a bad mom if your kid is throwing a tantrum.
So whatever mom is listening on the other end, whether you're pregnant, trying to get pregnant, or maybe you're in the thick of postpartum, you are not alone. And it is, like we said, okay to have those feelings of, like, what did I do? What am I can't tell you how many times I thought that, and then I was like, oh, that made me feel guilty. I wanted this, remember? I went through the shots and the pills, and you know, I had a hard time telling my friends, because I was like, no, I need to be grateful. Like, oh, she's not sleeping, but I love it. When deep down I was like, she's not sleeping and I hate it. Yeah. And there's no other way around it.
I think if you are open about it, you'll be met with understanding.
A lot more than you think. Because there's going to be someone out there going, oh, I felt that exact same way. And you're going to be like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
And if you're met with a lot of advice, I just respectfully say, I don't need advice right now.
Which can be overwhelming too.
Yes.
But I made a reel, I think when I was in the 4 to 7 month postpartum, and I made a video about motherhood, just like how check-ins slow down, just you don't have enough coffee and you're still not sleeping and all the things. And I was met with such positive feedback. I was kind of scared. I was like, oh, people are going to ream me for this. But that grew another community of, oh my gosh, I feel this exact same way. I'm 6 months postpartum and I'm still like feeling like I should have it all together, and you don't.
Right.
And it's okay.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Yeah. And with Crew, like, I feel like people would try and give me so much sleeping advice, and I'm like, I have all the advice I need.
Yeah.
There, like you said, like, there's so much information. I have all the advice I need. Like, I just need an ear, I think.
And
you know,
do
and
what's
support.
best for you.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do a sleep schedule, fine. If you want to rock, if you want to hold your baby every night, hold your baby every night.
Yeah.
Because you know what? There's not one adult out there that can't go to sleep without their mom rocking them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you eventually grow out of
Right.
it. And you eventually
grow
learn
out
to
of it.
sleep on your own.
Yeah.
So do it, girl.
Absolutely.
Do it, because that's conflicting out there.
It is.
Because you're like, oh, I love it. I don't want her to get used to it.
I don't want to tell other people that I'm doing it.
Yeah. And now I just openly, I'm like, oh, I got her, she was crying at 2 a.m. and I brought her back to my bed. Because I got to sleep.
Because you got to do what you got to do. You do. Okay. We're going to shift a little bit. And we've kind of talked about this a little bit. But last question. I am so excited for this one.
Okay.
We actually connected through social media. We think we have met prior to
I
social
know
media.
We've met prior, but
and
I
we
can't
can't
remember.
put our finger on it. But I'm grateful that we did.
Yeah.
So social media can be such a powerful tool in finding women, mothers, and friends who just get it, like we're talking about. And this season of motherhood, we need community. Just like you've talked about, is you've built such a strong community. Your presence on social media is so refreshing. It's not about comparing. It's not about chasing likes. You truly use your platform to advance God's kingdom, to build real relationships, and to share what you genuinely love. One of your things that you love is reading. And one of the things we've mutually connected on, Book Club Babe. Yes, we've connected on our mutual love of reading. So anytime I'm looking for like a new book rec, I always go to your page because you're always putting out something that you've read. Yes, seriously, you're like my go-to book girl. So I need to know, what are you reading? What do you love to read? What is your favorite read? And guys out there, if you're a book girl too, you need to follow Kendall on Instagram at Kendall Wellner. It's KendallWellner. I'll link it in the show notes, but follow her. So Kendall, what are you reading?
Well, right now I'm reading The Chase by Elle Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
It's a little hockey romance in there. I am a romance or a thriller.
Same.
Really, I'm not into like, the only fiction I've been into is Harry Potter. That's like a classic to me. But romance and thrillers are where I vibe and where I jam. Like, I either want people to fall in love or I want someone to be murdered.
Yeah.
You know, like,
in the same way.
There's no in between.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's such an escape from reality. But I'm currently listening to it. Now I've gotten into audiobooks. Yeah. Because I'm in this season of motherhood where I don't have time to sit down and read. And then when there is time to sit down, like, I'm very tired. Or I need to hang out with Shelby. Or, want to do something else. So I've been listening to books. Yeah. And I've gotten into that, which is very surprising.
Yeah. I get you, because for so long I was like a physical book girl. Like, I wouldn't even switch to a Kindle. And then I switched to a Kindle.
Because it got cheaper for me, because I was blowing through books.
Oh my gosh.
Blowing through books.
Me too. And like, even with like my sister and my mother-in-law and like my couple friends that we would like share books still. Like, just, we would be like, okay, you buy this book, I buy this book, you buy this stuff. We were going through it. Yeah.
If any physical book girlies are listening, thriftbooks.com. It's like a gently used or brand new, like bookstore online, but you get them so cheap.
Oh, yeah. Because
that's what I was doing.
And my hard thing was like, whenever I got ready to want one, I wanted it now.
Yeah.
And so I Amazoned it, which is horrible. But I would be like, I need it right now.
Yeah.
And then, I got Kindle Unlimited.
Oh, and that's a
life changer. Life changer.
I love it.
And guys, this is probably against the rules, but I share my Kindle Unlimited account with people. So
I love that.
So then I'm like, okay, we'll just all, what are we reading right now?
Right.
And then audiobook. I do love audiobook too. But were you always a reading girl? Or did you come into
pregnancy?
Okay, same.
Pregnancy got me into reading. So actually, I was seeing these clips on Instagram of this movie. I don't know if you've seen the movie or the series After.
No.
It's a book series, but they made movies. And I was like, oh, this looks like a cute little love story. Mm-hmm. And so I found the first movie on Netflix. I was like, I really love this. And somebody told me it was a book series. I was like, well, I want to read it. And I was like, I want to read it. Who am I? But, it kind of came in handy because you have all those appointments.
Yeah.
And you have to wait.
Forever.
And, pregnancy, I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, pregnancy brought on the reading.
Okay, same. I was the same way. I started with Colleen Hoover.
Yes.
Yeah, and it just, I was hooked.
Yeah, I read the After series, and then I moved to Colleen Hoover.
Yeah.
And Ugly Love. Oh, that book
so good.
Still has a place in my heart.
Yeah, so good.
Mm-hmm. And then my thriller go-to is Freed McFadden.
Yes, always. Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. Except for the only one I really couldn't get behind was the teacher one. I was like, eh.
Oh, the only one I really couldn't get behind was The Crash, like her newest one.
Mm-hmm. No, but I loved Inmate. Was it The Inmate? The Housemaid. The
Housemate, The Inmate, and Never Lie are in like my top 5.
Good, really good.
Yeah. So after I got through a few romance books, then I switched to thriller while I was pregnant, and then I was just.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like the romance ones too, like they're gonna end well. If they're like easy, lighthearted reads. If I'm ever in a slump, like I either try to read a Frida book or go to like a sports romance or something, like something that I know. It's just like a light fun something. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I love that.
What are you reading?
Right now I'm reading the Bible, Kendall.
Okay.
No, okay, I say that jokingly, but I'm doing the Bible recap, and like you said, like
I love the Bible recap.
I only have so much time. Like normally in the morning used to be like my time where I'd get up and I would like either listen to an audiobook or read. And now that I'm doing the Bible recap, so I'm trying to like use that time. So yeah, it obviously took away from my like reading time. So I'm not reading anything else currently, and I need to.
But I do love the Bible recap. If anybody has ever,
me too,
been interested, it's very good.
Yeah, it's the only thing I feel like I've like stayed so consistent to, and it's easy to stay consistent to, and I want to. Yeah. So it's like I say that I'm like giving up my read time, but I enjoy this. Yeah. So it's a good replacement, but I just don't. I don't have a lot of extra free time. Yeah. So. I don't know. I need to take some time to read a book.
Now, do you have the Bible app? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do that every morning before I do social media. Yeah. Like, I'll get on, and I share the Bible verse of the day every day, and then I'll read, like, my Bible plan. But, I decided to share, like, the verse of the day, because I was like, there might be somebody out there that, like, doesn't know the Bible, or doesn't have access to the Bible. Yeah. And I wanted to be that, like, voice.
Light.
Yeah.
I love that. Mm-hmm. I know. I always see it, and I'm like, oh. I know what that is. Yeah, I saw that this morning too, girl. Yeah, no, I love it. I love that you do that too, because I've noticed and I like it. Okay, Kendall, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It was so fun. This is our first time meeting in person too.
Well, we think. I swear we've met. I just don't know how.
I don't know. We're thinking that it was maybe college.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, we don't know.
Either. I don't know.
If anyone is out there and they are like mutual friends of us and you're like, you guys know each other.
Taylor, if you're listening, did we meet through you? I can't remember.
Please tell us, because we're at a loss. But thank you for coming and sharing and being so open. Your story, your strength, your faith, all of it is such a gift. Not just to me, but to everyone out there listening and everyone that you touch and you reach. We're so grateful. I'm so grateful to have connected with you, and even more to call you a friend. Yes, thank you so much for the way you show up for your family, your faith, and this community. Mamas out there, I definitely encourage you to follow Kendall on Instagram. She's never lacking, like I said in the book Rex, the laughs and the encouragement. You can find her at Kendall Wellner On Instagram, it's at KENDALLWELLNER. I'll link it in the profile in the show notes. But I love you, girl. Thanks for being here.
Love you. Thanks for having me. That was so fun.
Yes, that was. Mama, I'm so grateful that you took time out of your busy schedule today to listen to Mama of the Wild Crew podcast. I'm Alexis Schmoker, and I hope you loved this conversation and that it resonated with you. Thank you so much for opening up your circle and letting us in as we walk through this wild ride of motherhood together. Remember, in the chaos of motherhood, there is always joy to be found. So keep looking in those little moments that make it all worth it. Be sure to follow along on Instagram at mamaofthewildcrew_podcast. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our podcast. I'd love to hear from you, so comment, tag me, DM me, let me know what you think, and let me know what you'd like to hear next. Mama, I am praying for you, I love you, and I cannot wait to see you next time.